Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because I'm going to cover absolutely every question you could possibly have in regards to the new stimulus, whether you're a business owner, an individual, family, whatever. I'm covering every frequently asked question that you would need to know. Please share this video with all your friends and family members and colleagues, anybody who's interested in this information. Before I get into it, please like this video and please share it, like I just said. So anyways, I always forget to say that. Anyways, the stimulus package was just signed. It's $1.9 billion. I'm going to cover everything on this for you so you won't have to dig through 16 newspapers like I did and read everything. So this covers absolutely everything. Let's get into it. The stimulus payments are going to be $1,400. They're going to be sent in one of four ways. They're going to either be sent direct deposit. They could come out as early as this week with direct deposit. You're going to have the temporary debit card that could be sent out. They will not reload the last temporary debit card. So please don't get the idea that they're going to reload that thing. They're not. They're going to send you a new debit card or they're going to send you a check, a paper check for some people. The fourth method of payment will be that you missed out. You have incorrect information with the IRS. They cannot get a hold of you. They try to direct deposit you, and they have to have you add this to your 2020 tax return. As of right now, if you filed a 2020 return, they're going to go off that information. Okay? Simple enough. If you didn't file a 2020 return yet, they're going to go off of 2019. Simple enough. The information that you used in 2019 and how you got your last stimulus check is how you're going to get this one. Now, if you change banks, if you don't have the address anymore that you got your last check at, you need to notify them as soon as possible. There will be guidance released later on what to do for this situation. And remember, IRS guidance, that's what you want to know. And before I get into any further, I am not an accountant. I am not an attorney. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm not giving accounting advice. And first things first, if you are in business, and if I told you that you could save thousands of dollars, okay, or you could get a tax refund of thousands of dollars, isn't that worth hiring an accountant? If I told you you could get $5,000, would you pay him a few $100? I would, okay? So that's why in your deductions, they have professional fees. You can deduct the accountant. But again, go to the accounting nerd, the guy who loves accounting. Just like someone that loves music or someone that loves coding, there's accountants that actually enjoy their profession, but they stay up to date on everything. You want that person, man, woman, wildebeest, okay? I don't care. Hire a good accountant to get this information. The checks will decrease to zero at $80,000. $150,000 a couple, $160,000, you get zero. So if you made $80,000 or more on the last tax return that you filed, you are not eligible for a stimulus check. It's that simple. Do college students classify as dependents? Yes, they do. So if you have college students that live with you, they could qualify as dependents. If they were on your tax return, you could be getting money for those college students. Now, for older dependents that are on your tax return, you're going to get that money as well for the older dependent. Good luck. Payments for the stimulus are based on your 2019 tax return. Now, when you file your 2020 tax return, if for some reason there's good news and you made more money in 2020 and you're that one person, you won't have to pay the money back. That's what the IRS has already said. So that's good news. If you have a child in 2021, you will get a $1,400 stimulus check per child. Amazing. So have 3 or 4 kids in 2021. It'll be totally worth it. Now, what if you have never gotten a stimulus check and you know you're eligible and you've been complaining and your friends have been rubbing it in your face? There is line 30 on your tax return for 2020 where you can claim this money. And it is the recovery rebate credit is what it's called. Recovery rebate credit. So you're going to be able to get this money back. You're just going to have to wait till you file your next tax return. Again, when you do this, make sure your banking information is good, make sure your address is good, all that stuff. That's going to allow you to get this money. Now, for those of you that have already filed taxes and you're concerned about missing out, The IRS is going to give you guidance on how to collect this information. That's what you want to find out. Now again, if you had an accountant, the accountant would say, oh, hey, they issued the guidance. We need to file an amended return. We need to do this. They would tell you exactly what to do, okay? Now, federal benefits, unemployment insurance. The beauty of this new stimulus package is that if you are on the pandemic unemployment and you got those benefits, they're going to extend this through September 6th, 2021. That's 26 more weeks. Half a year from now, guys, you're going to be able to get these benefits. If you have not gotten those benefits or you're in the midst of filing the appeal, look at that form in my last video and I'll make sure it's up above where you can file the appeal and get yourself your pandemic unemployment. But again, if you have regular employment, it's going to be extended through September 6th. Pandemic unemployment, you're a gig worker, you could potentially get this through September 26, 2021 as well. Now, every bit of research that I found out says that there could be an interruption in payments. There was an interruption in payments from the last time when they added the 11 weeks for most people. So they're going to try to get this hooked up and fixed as soon as possible, but most likely there's going to be a little bit of a gap between that. So prepare yourself for not having money for a few weeks if you are on unemployment and relying on it. Now, as far as health insurance and for people that lost their jobs and are paying COBRA, you're going to be able to have the government pay your COBRA payment between April 1st and September 30th. That's it. You need to make preparations beyond that, but they're going to make the COBRA payment through the federal program from April 1st through September 30th for people that lost their jobs through, as no fault of their own, through the pandemic. There's going to be a reduced health insurance premium during this time, which would be 8.5% of your total adjusted gross income. And again, guys, talk to the health insurance professionals before you try to figure out what your premium should be. You need health insurance, so make sure you have it. Dan, I don't have health insurance. What am I going to do? Open enrollment has been extended through May 15th, 2021. So you can contact your state, the exchange. Here in California, we have Covered California, which is a program that handles the health insurance pretty okay, decent. So it's worth looking at that. Now, the child care and tax credit. I've done tax credit videos in the past. Look at the last two. There was one for $5,000, one for $6,000. Again, the child tax credit has been extended for a year. Okay, so if you have children and they don't have after-school programs and you have to take care of them, there is a benefit where you can get a taxable refund. It is a refundable tax credit, which it's just not taken off your tax return. It means that the IRS writes you a refund check for your children and for childcare. Take a look at that. It's fantastic. This credit is worth $4,000 per individual and up to $8,000 for a couple. Average person gets $2,000. It's based on your income. The more you make, the lower the credit is. Talk to your tax professional about that credit. If anybody has a dependent care account, you can set up to $10,500 this year, aside that's non-taxable over the normal $5,000. The child tax credit goes from $2,000 per child a year. In 2021, it's going to go to $3,000. Now, if you have children that are under 5, it goes to $3,600 per child. Now, this credit is huge. If you have children, especially if you have young children and you need the cash, you can get this credit now as an advance and put it on your taxes for 2021. You need to talk to a tax professional to find out how you're eligible for that and how you will get that money. I'm going to read this part, okay? Who is eligible for this? Married couples who have modified adjusted gross income of up to $150,000 or heads of household up to $112,500. But after that, the extra income amount above the original $2,000 credit, either $1,000 or $1,600 per child, is reduced by $50 for every $1,000 you make. Again, don't waste your time with a calculator. Talk to an accountant who's going to be able to punch this in and tell you exactly what you're going to get. You could get an advance payment in 2021 for your 2021 taxes, which you would normally file next year, the amount could be up to half of what you're entitled to. It's fantastic. The earned income credit goes from $543 a year to $1,502 a year, which is substantial. The age range is also broader for this. People without children will be able to claim the credit beginning at age 19. So if you're 19, you can get the earned income credit. And it's normally starts at 25, but they lowered that. The exception is full-time students. The upper age is 65. If you're over 65, you're eliminated on getting that. If you're separated from your spouse right now, you cannot get these benefits as if you were married. They're going to eliminate that. You're going to have to file separately. Mortgage and rental assistance. They put aside $22 billion in the latest stimulus package, which to me does not seem like enough, to help people with mortgage and rent payments. They are not going to indefinitely allow you to live someplace and not pay your mortgage or not pay your rent. Plus, the money that you owe right now is accumulating. They're going to give rental assistance to forgive some of this for some people, but again, it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. So you've got to make arrangements for this. They're going to use an assistance map, which this will be a disaster between you and I, where you cannot make 80% of the median income in your area. So you need to prove that you've been dramatically affected by the pandemic, loss of job, loss of wages, everything, but you need to live in a low-income area. So if you live in a high-income area, you're not going to get assistance with the new program. Let's talk about mortgages one more time. They're going to set aside $10 billion for mortgage assistance, which again is not enough. $10 billion when there are hundreds of billions of dollars in mortgages that are in forbearance right now. I don't understand it. They're also going to issue $10 million in credit counseling. So you can get a lesson on how to pay your bills when you have no money, which I love. Hey, you need to budget better. Okay. I don't have a budget problem. I have a money problem. Remember that. Now, as far as student loan debt, there's some good news. If you are in a deferral program and you're not making student loan payments right now, you can get up to $10,000 of student loan for debt forgiven during this time. It's not everything, but it is 10 grand, which is a lot of money. And finally, a huge one, sick pay. If you work for a big company and they give you time off, the company gets a tax break and you get a tax break. If you are self-employed, you can take sick days off through September 2021 and get paid for them as a refundable tax credit off your tax return for 2021. This is huge. Look at the past video on this because it's absolutely amazing and you can get thousands of dollars and give yourself sick days off. Now, I hope this was helpful. I hope I cut to the chase and made it quick for everybody and answered a bunch of questions. Please like this video. Please share this video with all your friends and colleagues. If you guys are interested, I've got a few things in the description. I use Constant Contact for my email service. They're amazing. And you can get a bonus and save 30% off Constant Contact. If you want to buy and sell stocks, there's a Webull account. You can get 2 free stocks from Webull just for setting up the account for absolutely free. That's in the description below. You've got my email contact below. We've got a Patreon channel, and you can get more access to me for consulting, questions, whatever I can do for you. People love the Patreon. It's growing each week, and I will see you guys very soon.